Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, Counter-Spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into our time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
We're going to go back almost 90 years on this hour of classic radio theater with an episode of Calling All Cars, the West Coast program that was sponsored by Rio Grande Gasoline. This episode from June 13th, 1934 is entitled The Murder of a Soul.
Calling All Cars. A copyrighted program transcribed and dedicated to the prevention of crime.
Calling all cars, attention all cars, broadcast 29. A murder. Suspects unknown. That is all. Gordon.
Prior to the advent of fingerprinting in police work, various forms of identification were used. We read of the branding of criminals and slaves at a time when no other method of identification was known. Early in the 18th century, the better organized police departments of Europe employed men with good visual memories to mentally record the faces of criminals and the crimes committed by them. Today, your departments are applying modern methods to police procedure in endeavoring to give the citizens of your community the maximum protection to lives and property. And now, a true story taken from the files of law enforcement agencies. The murder of a soul.
Maria!
Yes, Cousin Gaetano, what is it?
Oh, look, I got a letter from my brother.
Your brother Vincenzo?
See, he's coming to visit me. He's coming today. Look, you must cook a big dinner. Minestrone, spaghetti, and open up with a special wine under the cellar.
Oh, you love your brother, eh, Gaetano?
Oh, he's one fine guy, my brother Vincenzo. You know, oh, but I forget, you never see him, huh, Maria?
No, he's my cousin, but I never meet him. He was not born when I lived the old country.
Yes, that's right. But you like him, Maria. He's a wonderful, fine, good-looking fellow.
Good-looking?
Yeah.
Bueno, I make specially good spaghetti.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what I'd do without you, Maria. Here I am, all alone in this country with my good Rosa so far away in Italy. Oh, if I know I have you, my little cousin, to keep the house for me, I'd not be so happy.
Well, if you had not taken me in when Giuseppe died, the children and I would be... I don't know where we would be.
Now, look, and now when Vincenzo gets here, that's going to be even better. We'll be a happy family, big happy family. Here she is, Vincenzo. Here's Maria, your cousin.
Hello, Maria. It's very funny to meet your cousin after you've already grown up.
Oh, it's sometimes very nice. I'm glad to know you, Cousin Vincenzo.
And I'm glad to meet you, Cousin Maria.
Yes. Well, look, come on. Let's sit down and eat.
Ah, Minister.
I made it myself, Vincenzo.
Then it will taste all the better.
Here's a glass of wine, Vincenzo. Come, Maria. Let's drink to your cousin.
To Vincenzo.
Salute, Vincenzo.
Did you just come from the old country?
Me? No. I've been in California a long time, in the north, in the wine country.
Sure, Maria, don't you know that? Why, Vincenzo is married to a swell bambino, eh, Vince?
Oh, married?
Not anymore.
Oh.
What?
No, we split up. We get a divorce. 6 months more and I'm all through with her. She wasn't no good.
She was nice, good looking, though, eh, Vince?
Sure, out the side, she was okay.
but inside, no good.
So, that's all over, huh?
See. I'm coming down here to start something new, a little business.
Oh, that's good. I could help you get a start.
Good. And then I get myself a little house, and then maybe I have Maria come and be my house again.
Oh, no. She stays with me until my Rosa comes from the other country, you know.
Oh, but the Maria, she's to cook a good spaghetti. I think I want it for my own.
It's so nice up here on the hill, with the whole city below, Vincenzo. The lights like a jewels in the necklace of the Madonna.
Yeah, it's pretty swell.
Oh, I like to be with you, Vincenzo. You've been nicer to me. It's new and strange. No one ever been nicer to me in the same way. Even Giuseppe, before he died. It was different with him.
I like you, Marie. You are all right guy.
Oh, I may not be much to look at anymore.
Well, you're swell, look.
Oh, no, I'm not, Vincenzo. I'm getting old. Nearly 29. I was a beautiful once, before the babies come.
And you still are.
Inside, Vincenzo. Inside me is love. Love that all my life was waiting for something. Now I know it was for you it was waiting.
Caro mio.
You said that your wife is beautiful outside, but bad inside. Vincenzo, even if I'm not so good outside, I am a good inside, in my heart.
Yes, Maria.
Vincenzo, did you know that Catano's wife, that Rosa, she come from the old country this week?
She does?
Yeah.
Then you can come to me. Then you can come and be my house.
You want me?
Want to, of course I do. Will you come with me?
Oh, yes, Vincenzo, I will come.
And so Marie, her heart overflowing with love, goes to keep house for young Vincenzo, to await the moment of his freedom from his first wife so that she may become his second. The weeks go by, happy, joy-filled weeks for the lonely Marie Trentini. Then at last comes the day when Vincenzo receives his final divorce papers. Jubilant, he leaves the house, leaves Marie, goes out to celebrate. Faithfully, Marie waits up for him, waits through the long evening, through the still night for the return of her man.
Is that you, Vincenzo?
Yes, what? Say, what do you do up? You ought to be in bed.
I was awake for you, Vincenzo.
Well, I'm here, so you go to bed.
Oh, did you have a good time?
Sure, I have a good time.
Is it nice to be free again?
Nice, it's a swell. Free, I can't believe it. It's like I get out of a prison. You should see the dinner they give me at Luigi. Oh, what a party. And they've got a couple of new girls down there. Santa Maria, what a beauty.
Oh, but Vincenzo, you...
There was a one. Little Amelia, just 17.
Huh?
And what a figure. Look at this. She like me. Tomorrow night she's coming for supper. I want you to cook up something special. And... Hey, what's the matter? What do you cry for?
Nothing. Only I thought that you and
Hey, what do you get at? What's this? You begin to make a noise like a wife.
Wife? Yes, Vincenzo. I guess that's what I thought you say. Oh, Vincenzo, don't you see? I love you. And I thought that maybe...
Oh, madre de mia. You thought I was going to marry you, eh? You must be crazy.
No good.
I ain't going to marry no one. Me? I'm going to have a good time for the rest of my life.
Doesn't sound like a very nice guy to me. From June 13th, 1934, Calling All Cars on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. You're listening to Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Now more of Calling All Cars, The Murder of a Soul, June 13th, 1934.
Gaetano, wake up. Come on, wake up, Gaetano.
What's the matter?
There's somebody knock on the door. Get up and see who it is.
Somebody knock on the door. What time is it?
It's 3:30.
3:30? Who is it this time of the night?
Well, you better go and see.
Okay. Wait till I get my pants on. There. Oh, they got a nerve after 12 o'clock to knock on the... Okay, I'm coming here. Maria, the bambini. What are you doing here? Something wrong with Vincenzo? What's the matter?
Cousin Gaetano, can we come back? Can I come and live with you again?
Well, sure. Come on in. Come on, all of you. Come on. Now, tell me, what's the matter?
I want to live with Vincenzo any longer. I hate him. Oh, no, I don't.
Why? What did he do to you?
Oh, nothing, I guess. Only I gave him everything of value I have in the world. And he don't even know it.
No, you better go to bed, Maria. I don't know what you're talking about, and I don't think you do either. You go to bed now, and we'll talk about it in the morning.
No, but you must listen, Gaetano.
Huh?
I love him. I love him like I never loved Giuseppe. Like I never can love another man.
Yes, but does he love you?
He did, Gaetano. He did at first, when we first met here. He loved me. He loved me when I went to him to be his housekeeper. I thought it would never end, Gaetano. And then, tonight, he come back drunk. He boasted of some girl. He ordered me to cook a dinner for them.
Well, you is a housekeeper, ain't she?
Oh, Gaetano, don't you understand? I love him. Gaetano, you are his brother. You're older than him. You talk to him, huh?
What should I say to
Oh,
him?
you must make him marry me. I love him, Gaetano.
Make him marry you? You, Maria!
Why are you laughing?
Why, Vincenzo is a young fellow. Good looking. He could get any pretty bambino he wants. Why should he marry you?
I love him, Gaetano.
But look at you. Look at yourself under the mirror. You get it to be old, Maria. You're fat.
I was a pretty once.
But you ain't anymore. And why should Vincenzo want you when he could get any girl he looks at?
I love him, Gaetano. It's not fair. He made me love him. You gotta make him marry me, Gaetano.
Well, I won't. He'd be a big fool to marry you.
Gaetano.
Oh, now, listen, Maria. Now, look, if you want to get married, that's okay. Look, I got a friend, and he's a fine fellow. He's come over from Italy. He's got a bambino of his own. And, well, his poor wife, she died. You marry him, Maria.
Marry somebody I don't know, I don't love? What do you think I am? You think I'm for anybody? I'm for Vincenzo. I belong to Vincenzo.
You, Maria. Oh, that's a good joke. Very funny.
Gaetano, you're going to be sorry. You'll see. You don't know how sorry you're going to be.
For weeks, distraught Marie Trentini broods over the fickleness of Vincenzo and the brutal frankness of Gaetano. For weeks, behind her impassive satin face, her brain is in a turmoil, trying to adjust herself to the wrong she feels has been done her. And then finally, on August 7th, as Marie lies tossing sleeplessly in her bed, something in her brain snaps. The turmoil of thought and counterthought lines up into one straight, clear path of action. Marie slips from her bed, tiptoes into the front room, takes Gaetano's shotgun from the closet, and silently walks toward the bedroom in which her cousin and his wife are sleeping.
I love him, Gaetano. You could make him marry me. I would make him a good wife. You could have done this for me. But you wouldn't, Gaetano. You laugh at me. And you told me I was old and fat. But I had a soul. I had feelings. You don't know about that. You don't know that you have killed me. You've killed my soul. But see, Gaetano, my body's not yet dead. My body can still kill you, Gaetano. Yes. You kill my soul, I kill your body. You see how my body still lives, Cousin Gaetano? How it lifts this gun to my shoulder. How it puts my finger on the trigger. How it...
Hey, here's coming the police.
Hey, Pateco, they make good time. You think maybe so he might arrest somebody?
They arrest you, Charlie. You get in the way.
Oh, I go.
Look at this.
All right, where's the trouble?
Right in here.
It's a murder.
Okay, come on, stand back there. Come on, boys.
Hey, I'm going to show you the way, huh?
I can find it all right. Well, where are the bodies?
In here, in the bedroom.
Well, he's dead, all right. Buckshot. Say, but this woman is still alive. Hickey.
Yes, Frank?
Call the ambulance. This woman is still breathing.
Okay.
Now, anyone here know anything about this?
Sure.
All right. Now, don't all talk at once. Who lives here?
I live here.
What's your name?
Mary Trentini.
Who is this man here?
He's my cousin, Gaetano Trentini. I live with him and his wife, Rosa.
Is this his wife who's wounded here?
Yes.
Well, what do you know about it?
A few minutes ago, I wake and see a man standing over my bed. He had a flashlight, and he say, "Keep quiet." And I say, "What are you doing here?" And he say, "You too pretty to kill. You be quiet, and no harm come to you." He think I'm pretty.
All right. I got that part. Now, go ahead.
While he stood by the door of my room, 3 other men go into the middle room and pull things out of the dresser. And then I hear a gun go off, and the man run out. And I go into Gaetano's room, and I find this. Oh.
Hey, get us some water, somebody.
See, I'm a get it. Right away.
Now, this is what he was killed with, Frank.
Well, 12-gauge shotgun.
Both shells discharged.
Whose gun is this, Marie?
Gaetano's. Long time ago, 4 men come see my cousin. 2 Japanese, 2 Americans. They say guy steal it from them. Gaetano, he say no. An American say, you bring back stuff by tomorrow night or we kill you. I think these same people coming here tonight. Same voice. I think they murder Gaetano.
Okay, we'll run that down. Hickey?
Yes, Frank?
Call the photographer and have him take 2 or 3 shots of the body, and then call the wagon and take it to the morgue. Corsini.
Yes, sir.
Now, you speak Italian. Get these people out of here and tell them if anyone touches anything in this house, he'll be tried for murder.
Howard Barlow, the fingerprint expert, goes over the murder house for prints while other officers round up the American and Japanese accused by Marie. Condeffer and Corsini discuss the crime as they await the arrival of the suspects.
Well, Corsini, what does it look like to you?
The story sounds straight enough. You know how these racket murders go. Somebody hijacks somebody else. The next day they find a body along a lonely road.
Yeah, that's true enough. Now, look here, Corsini. You understand these Italians a lot better than I do. Do you think Marie is telling us everything?
Well, as a matter of fact, I had the feeling that she was holding something back. They're funny people, my countrymen. They suspect everyone but their own kind.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Now, I want you to talk to her. Maybe you can get more out of her than any of the rest of us.
Well, I won't promise anything, but I try.
I got these suspects outside, Frank.
Bring them in.
Okay. Come on, you guys.
All right, don't shove.
You men know Guy Trentini?
Yeah, we know him.
Did you know he was murdered tonight?
What?
Oh, how come he's been a murdered, please?
That's what we want to find out from you.
Oh, cannot telling you nothing. We know nothing about a murder.
Where were you guys tonight?
We were down at Blackie's joint. We can prove it.
Oh, yes, sir. Very easy prove.
When did you see Guy Trentini last?
Oh, a long time ago. Last March, I think.
What did you go to see him about?
We thought he'd hijack some stuff from Togo here.
Didn't you threaten to kill him then?
No. We found out that he hadn't done it, so we left him alone. We ain't seen him since.
Bring in the Trentini woman.
Okay. Come in, please.
Now, Marie, are any of these men the ones you saw in your house tonight?
I don't know for sure. The man, he held a flashlight in my face. I couldn't see what he looked like.
What did I tell you, Captain? We weren't there.
But his voice, that sounds like the same one.
Excuse, please, sir. Lady is mistaken. You will find we were at a Brackie.
Well, that isn't a very good identification, Marie. Now, aren't you any more sure than that?
No, as I say, I couldn't see his face. The flashlight blinded me.
Okay, Hickey, take these men over to Barlow's office and have them fingerprinted.
Oh, now look here, Captain. You ain't got anything on us. What's the idea of fingerprinting?
Just for elimination. If you're innocent, naturally, we don't want to hold you any longer than's necessary.
The suspected American and Japanese are fingerprinted. And Barlow works over their prints and the prints found at the scene of the crime. After several hours, he reports to Acting Captain Condaffer.
Well, Barlow?
No similarity in the prints at all.
Not the slightest?
Not the slightest. I don't believe these men had anything to do with the crime.
Well, we better hold them anyway until we're sure. And then you and I can go out there right away and scare up some more fingerprints. Now, according to Marie, these men came in through this rare screen door here. Did you examine it?
Yes, I already have it. Well, I'll do it over again. Say, Frank, did she tell you the men broke in here?
Why, sure. You can see where they pushed in the screen to get at the hook.
Yeah? Well, this screen was ripped open from the inside.
What's that?
Sure. Look here. Look through this magnifying glass.
Well, I'll be
The wires are bent toward the outside, see? If the screen had been pushed in, they'd bend toward the inside.
Gosh, you're right.
So the screen was pushed out from inside, and then the flap bent in to look like an outside job.
Yeah, and whoever did it was in the house and wanted to make it look as if the house was entered.
That's what I'd say. And by the way, who was in the house?
Why, Marie Trentini, but Howard, she wouldn't have...
How can you tell? Where is she now?
Couple of doors down the street, staying with some friends.
Okay, come on. We're going to fingerprint her. Just for elimination, of course.
And so Marie Trentini is fingerprinted, and Barlow retires to his office to compare her prints with those on the murder weapon. It does not take him long to realize that the prints are identical. And with this positive identification, Condaffer dispatches Lieutenant Corsini to arrest the Italian woman for murder. Corsini, wise in the psychology of his countrymen, goes about making the arrest in his own fashion.
And we'll hear what that fashion is next. June 13th, 1934, Calling All Cars on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. The conclusion follows these important messages from your favorite radio station. Just going to take a minute here to tell you about the big savings going on now, the clearance sale at mypillow.com. And you know, I've talked about how in my office I have a pair of my slippers, and they're really comfortable, and they're on clearance right now. The mypillow.com slippers, $25 a pair, limit 10. And I would buy 3 or 4 more pairs. Unfortunately, they're out of my size. They also have sheets, pillowcases, clothing items, all on special right now. Go to mypillow.com, click on the clearance tab at the top of the page, use my promo code Wyatt, or call 1-800-928-4715. Limited sizes remaining in the MyPillow slippers, limited colors on other items. mypillow.com, clearance tab, promo code Wyatt, 1-800-928-4715. You're listening to Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite station. Now the conclusion of Calling All Cars from June 13th, 1934, Murder of a Soul.
Hello, Marie. How are you today?
Oh, I'm all right, I guess.
Anything troubling you? You look all upset.
No, nothing. Nothing's the matter except... Oh, Corsini, you're going to think how I feel with my cousin getting killed like that.
Yeah, of course.
And poor Rosa. How is she, Corsini? Have you heard from the hospital?
She's better. She'll get well all right. Buckshot just wounded her on the head.
Madre de Dio. My cousin and his wife. I love them very much, Corsini.
Yes, that's what I thought. That's why I've been wondering about something.
Huh? Wondering about something? And what?
I want to ask you a question, Marie.
Yeah?
How does it happen that your fingerprints appear on the shotgun that was used to kill your cousin?
My fingerprints?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I explain that.
I wish you would.
It's easy to explain. Just after it happened, I scream. The neighbors will come in. I pick up a gun. I show how Gaetano get the kill.
Show me, will you, Marie? Show me how you picked up the gun. Here, take this broom. Now pretend it's the gun and pick it up the same way you picked up the gun.
Well, I picked up like that.
Yeah, but Marie, your fingerprints are on the stock of the gun and on the trigger. Now look, as if you held it like this. Oh, now, Marie, try to calm yourself. I'm just asking you a question so I can get to the bottom of this thing. I'm not accusing you. If you didn't do it, you got nothing to worry about. All right. Come on, Marie. Put on your hat and let's go to the station where you can tell the captain your story.
All right. You get to my children. They play in the yard. You put them into the car. I want to wash my face first.
Okay, but hurry. Hey, Tony. Come on, get your sister. We're going for a ride.
Where are we going, Corsini?
Down to the police station for a while.
We gonna ride in the police car?
Yep.
Gee, let's go.
Just as soon as your mother comes out.
Will you blow the siren all the way?
Sure.
And can we listen to the police radio?
Yep.
Gee, that'll be swell. Hey, will you go down the street this way so all the kids can see me?
Yes, I guess so. Wonder what's keeping your mother, Tony. Guess I better go see.
I'll come along with you.
All right. Marie. Yeah, that's funny. Where's the bathroom, Tony?
That door over there.
Good Lord.
Mama.
'Cut her throat.
15 minutes later, Marie Trentini is in the Georgia Street Receiving Hospital, and doctors are working feverishly to close the wicked wound she has inflicted on herself with a razor. As soon as they have finished their work, Corsini and Condaffer are admitted to her room.
Marie, why did you do this?
It was better that way. I killed Gaetano. I want to die now.
Yes, but why did you kill him, Marie?
He no letting me marry his brother Vincenzo. I beg of Vincenzo marry me. But he say no. So I go to Gaetano. I tell him he must make his brother marry me. And Gaetano, he laugh and say, I'm not good enough for Vincenzo. I gave Vincenzo my soul. And they laugh. Gaetano, he could make him marry me. But he laughed. So I kill him.
Did you intend to kill Rosa, too?
No, that was an accident. Rosa, she a good woman. She's innocent.
But why did you cut your throat?
It was the best thing to do. My fingers on the gun. Everybody know I kill a Gaetano.
Well, then, why did you try to throw the blame on those 4 men who came to see Guy last spring?
I am ashamed about that. I did not want to tell that I did it because of my bambini. They needed me. But I guess maybe Rosa cared for them all right. Only Cossini.
Yes?
There is one thing I want you to do for me.
Do for you? Well, what's that, Marie?
I want you kill Vincenzo Trentini for me. Kill him for me. Quiero scellerato. Mi ha tradito.
The woman referred to in tonight's dramatization as Marie Trentini was delirious for 5 days and showed no desire to get better. She had said that her soul had been killed. She apparently did not care for her body to live. In the middle of the night on August 12th, she died in her sleep. From the point of police procedure, the department did its work in eliminating falsely accused persons and, by means of fingerprints, discovered the actual criminal and obtained a confession. Whether Marie was doubly guilty in taking her own life after taking that of another is a problem for a higher judge than there is on earth to decide. Nevertheless, it proves that crime does not pay.
Calling all cars, attention all cars, cancellation broadcast 29. Suspect has committed suicide. That is all.
From June 13th, 1934, Calling All Cars on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Thanks to Ted at RadioMemories.com for supplying this episode of Lum and Abner. The Lum and Abners he has are all fully restored in the best possible quality. And this episode from June 13th, 1935 is more on the movie theater.
Howdy, everybody. Here we are, all ready to take you down to Pine Ridge for another visit with Lum and Abner. Brought to you by the makers of Horlicks, the original malted milk. And now, let's see what's happening down in Pine Ridge. When Squire Skimp learned that Lum and Abner had announced the grand opening of their new picture show for Saturday night, he immediately started advertising that his show, Skimp's Hippodrome, would open Friday night. Now, Lum and Abner have gone him one better by announcing a preview, an advance showing of their picture for Friday afternoon, thereby gaining the distinction of opening the first picture show in Pine Ridge. As we look in on Pine Ridge today, we find Abner, with paintbrush in hand, decorating the front of the new theater. Lum is just approaching. Listen.
Did you make an announcement, Lum?
Yeah, I made 2 of them. That's why it's taken me so long.
Well?
Widow Abernathy come over there and wanted to buy some groceries, and I had to stop and wait on her, so I just decided to make another announcement while I was there.
Uh-huh.
I invited all the children, told them they could get in for nothing.
Well, good.
How you getting along with the painting?
Why, all right, I reckon. I've been working ever since you left.
Wait a minute. What are you doing there?
Why, I'm just painting a box office like you told me to.
Well, I never told you to paint the glass, too, though.
You told me to paint the whole business. I asked you just before you left if you wanted the whole thing painted, and you said yes.
Well, I never meant for you to paint the windows, too, though. What do you think I put that glass in there for if we was going to paint over it?
Well, that's just what I've been a-wondering.
If we was going to paint over it, we may as well use boards. Been a heap cheaper.
Why, sure. I don't know what you was thinking about, Lum.
Well, we've got to have the glass for me to look through, Abner. How am I going to see the customers when they come up to the window there?
Well, I thought that's what you had that little hole cut in the glass for.
That's to talk through.
Well, you can see through it, too. Come in here, I'll just show you.
I know you can see through it. But you can't see enough to tell who it is buying the tickets, though.
Well, what do you care who it is buying them? Just as long as they shove the money through there.
Well, I'd love to be able to speak to folks when they come up to buy a ticket.
Well, they can hear you through that hole.
Yeah, they can hear me, but I want to know who I'm a-talking to.
Well, why don't you ask them in?
Yeah, that'd sound fine. That would be fine. Somebody come up there and stick a quarter through that hole, and I'd say, "Who are you?" And they'd say, "John Smith." And I'd say, "Good evening, John."
You mean old John Smith that lives over there on the old Deli Honey place? Why, he wouldn't give a quarter to see nothing, Lum.
Why, of course not.
Well, how's he going to get in the show, then? You ain't going to let him in for nothing, are you?
Why, no, I just said John Smith. It could be somebody else just as easy.
Yeah, that's right. You can't see very good through that glass, can you? It might have been Charlie Withers. Now, them two looks enough alike to be own brothers.
No, it wasn't Charlie Withers.
Why? And let's see, who could it have been?
It weren't nobody. I just
well,
said
how'd
John...
that quarter get in there, then?
What quarter?
Why, the one you said
Oh,
was
for
stuck...
goodness sakes, Ab. What's the matter with you anyway, Abner?
What's the matter with me?
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
Well, I don't know, Lum. Doc Miller says it's a rheumatism, but I believe it's my eyes. They ain't been right since we bought them spectacles. You know, all our families, far back as I can
Well,
recollect,
don't start that, Abner. I ain't got time to stand here and listen to all your ailments. We've got to get this show ready to open by tomorrow afternoon. Instead of helping, you're a hindrance. The ideas of painting all that glass over there. Keeps me busy undoing what all you did. May as well break the glass out as to have it that way. What did you do that for?
Well, you said that I may as well break it out of there.
Well, you crazy idiot. I never... Just get out. Give me that paintbrush. Now get out of here before I lose my patience.
Well,
What?
Everything's going wrong. You jump on me over here, and Elizabeth bawled me out before I left the place this morning, just for knocking a pitcher of sorghum off the table. I never knowed where my elbow was at. Well, I knowed, but I forgot about having
Well,
it.
don't start that now, Abner. Just forget about it. It's all right. I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings. I reckon I flew off the handle. I can't stand that whimpering, I know that.
Well, it just looks like everything I try to do is wrong.
Well, that's all right now, Abner. We can put a new glass in there and take some turpentine and clean the paint off the rest of it. Just let it go. It's all right.
You want me to get a rag and some turpentine and start taking it off?
No, never mind. I'll tend to it myself.
What do you want me to be doing?
Well, first thing I'd do, if I was you, I'd quit leaning again that wet paint there.
Oh, my goodness, Mike. Now, Elizabeth will throw a transom sure enough for me.
Just sit down over there for a few minutes, Abner. Sort of calm yourself down. You're getting jumpy.
Huh?
Nothing. Wait a minute. Here comes Dick Huddleston now, for goodness sake.
Lum, don't tell him how come that glass broke out of there.
No, I won't say nothing. Well, howdy, Dick.
Well, howdy. I've got some good news for you.
Some good news?
Yeah, I was
I'd
just
love
down...
to hear it.
Well, what's the matter here? Did you have an accident?
Yeah, we accidentally run a paintbrush through that window there.
Well, what are you doing painting the windows for anyway, Lum?
Oh,
we can get that off, Dick. See, we're just going to take some turpentines and a rag and then just rub it
you've
off.
got some good news for us, Dick?
Yeah. Cedric was down at the store a while ago, and he was telling me that Squire Skimp's over there just throwing one fit after another.
Throwing fits?
Yeah.
Well, what's the matter with him?
Why, he's mad because you fellas are going to beat him opening up your show.
Oh, well, fine. I'm proud he's throwing them then.
Yeah, I am too.
Well, Cedric says that this film that he's going to use won't get in here till Friday afternoon late. So he won't have a chance to beat you to the opening. Your preview will be over by that time.
Well, good for him. I mean, good for us. Good.
Doggy, this is one time we got the best of him. I figured sure he'd study up some way to beat us to the opening.
Well, I reckon Squire's finding out by now that he's up against a couple of fellers that's just a little smarter than he is.
While we're in Pine Ridge, let's look in on Squire Skimp's hippodrome for just a moment and see what the competitive house is doing. We find Squire and Grandpappy Spears in Squire's office. Listen.
Well, Squire, it just looks like Lum and Abner's got the best of you this time.
Yes, what do you mean got the best of me, Grandpap?
Well, it just looks like they're going to get that show of theirs opened up first in spite of all you can do.
Well, I don't know about that. I've got another little stunt in mind that might change the looks of things a little bit. I want to ask you, too, what is this woman's organization here, this Civic Improvement Club they've got here?
You mean Ladies Auxiliary?
No, that ain't the name of it.
Oh, the Ladies Uplift League.
Yes, that's the one there. Who is the president of that now?
Why, Sister Simpson, I think, Squire. I know Charity belongs to it.
Yes, let's see. What is Sister Simpson's telephone ring?
Let's see, a short and a long and a short, I believe it is. Don't matter, though. She answers the phone every time it rings, regardless of who you ring anyway.
Yeah, well, I want to talk to her about a little matter. I believe she can help me.
Now, don't tell her nothing you don't want everybody in town to know. Now, she's the worst hand in the world.
Wait, just a minute. Hello? Mrs. Simpson? Why, this is M.K. Skimp talking.
Squire Skimp?
Yes, Mom. I understand that you're the president and the head of the Ladies Uplift League. Mm-hmm. Well, I just wanted to call and commend you on the wonderful work that you and your organization are doing for our little city. Yes, I know that. Yes, I've heard about that, too.
Heard about what?
And I'm glad to know that you ladies are taking such an active and profound interest in our young people.
Yeah.
Yes, Mrs. Simpson, we should all remember that the youth of today are the citizens of tomorrow.
Huh?
Oh, yes, we must protect them against the wrong kind of environment and see that they're given the right type of entertainment. Well, I'm glad that you agree with me on that point, because I'm a-calling you on a little matter today that I hesitate to mention, but something we should all be concerned with. I wouldn't want my name brought into it, but I feel it's my duty as a citizen of Pine Ridge to tell you that Mr. Edwards and Mr. Peabody are opening up a new picture show in the old cotton warehouse over there.
Well, she ought to know about that.
Well, yes, I suppose you had. They're planning on putting on a matinee tomorrow afternoon, especially for the children of our little city. Now, I happen to know
that the picture that they plan to use is one that I most certainly wouldn't want a boy or girl of mine to see. Well, it's what's known in the theater, Mrs. Simpson, as a Western. Yes, a Western. Has a lot of shooting and outlaws all through it. It's a picture that might influence the future of some of our young people. It's my opinion that the child of today should not be educated in the use of firearms. Well, if I was head of your wonderful organization, I'd see that a picture of that kind was never shown in our city, and you ladies have the power to prevent it. Well, well, that's fine. Yes, I'm glad you feel that way about it. And I trust that you'll be kind enough not to bring my name into the matter in any way.
Well, Lum and Abner may be in for a big disappointment tomorrow. This is Carlton Brickert, speaking for Lum and Abner and Horlicks, who now bid you all good night and good health.
Now, you knew Squire was going to try to do something devious. How could you expect less? June 13th, 1935, Lum and Abner, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Visit TedRadioMemories.com. He supplies shows on cassette, CD, or flash drive for your computer. Visit my webpage, classicradio.stream, where you can stream our shows, learn about building a classic radio collection of your own. You can contact me there, find our social media links, and if you're so inclined, you can buy me a copy. That Buy Me a Copy money helps us acquire additional classic radio collections and helps us maintain our distribution channels. And yes, there's podcast information there for you as well. That's at classicradio.stream, classicradio.stream. Thanks for tuning in. Tell all your friends the greatest radio shows are right here at this spot on the dial. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite station.